Disruption Networks. Easy Radio. Disruption Networks.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? How you doing? I'm jacked up on Utica coffee, and me and my mother are going to chop it up today. But before we do, I got to give love to the sponsors. Shout out to EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When you're ready to move and relocate, when you're ready to move your mother into a nursing home.
Never gonna happen.
You call EJA at 315-335-0516. There's no task they can't handle. They'll pretty much move your studio, your gym equipment, your office, your mom to a nursing home, your dad to a nursing home, whatever. They'll move you to another state. They'll move you to another country. You tell them Uncle Z sent you, and they'll give you a little bit of a discount. EJAmoving.com. Tell Uncle Eddie Alsheimer that I said hello. Also, a shout out to my boy Dave Longaretta. If you need legal help, give him a call today at 315-735-6162. Thank you to Utica Coffee. Today we are drinking the Wake the Hell Up Blueberry today, and it's absolutely fantastic. I love it. A motor mouth. My mom's a little jacked up too. How you feel? You feeling it?
Oh, I'm jacked.
Yeah, the eyes are big. Your eyes just grew. It's like, yeah, I'm feeling it.
It's good. It's really delicious.
WakeTheHellUp.com. You can find them online. You can also go to Saranac.com and check out my good friends from Saranac. They got delicious beers, craft beers, Saranac.com. And then also, Ma, I got to take you over to Joey's one of these days. Joey's at 307.
I want to go.
Yeah, I got to take you over there because it's absolutely fantastic what Grabski's doing.
I hear all good.
Yeah, really, really good. It's over there. Joey's, 307 Mohawk Street. They've got great lunch specials. They got a bunch of seafood dishes, and they've got a revolving dinner menu, and it's absolutely fantastic. You can't even get a table because it's so busy and packed over there all the time. And
I'll just use my Z-Pass.
Just use your Z-Pass, but you got to call ahead and make reservations. How many times have you used that Z-Pass?
Oh, I used it quite a bit.
All right, give me an example.
Oh, yeah, if I want to get into anything or whatever, I just say, I know Z. I know him. I gave birth to him. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I birthed him. You have used it.
I gave him the bottle.
You have. I gave him the nipple.
No, she didn't give him no nipple.
Was I a C-section kid or was I natural?
No, you were natural.
So I was natural?
Yeah, you're natural born.
I never knew that.
Yeah, you're natural born.
How many other sons asked their mother if they were a C-section kid or not?
I don't know.
I think it's important to tell everybody our relationship. This is the
Very
kind of
close.
The kind of the relationship that we've had throughout the years.
Yes, it has to be.
I've never held back from you.
Never.
I think. Well, I can't say I've told you everything. But I pretty much told you about 90% of everything.
Yeah,
there's some things that you would be totally disgusted
and there's
with me.
some things I wish you didn't tell me. But you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
But it's okay.
We've had a lot of those
I like
moments.
it. Yeah,
We've had a lot of those moments. I remember one night being drunk in Vegas when we were hanging out, and I was hanging out at Sammy Hagar's bar. Do you remember that? And I was completely hammered, and you walked in and you saw me when I just confessed all my sins to you.
Yeah, I was like, what the? My mouth was like,
oh my God, I was doing drugs this one night. And then you're like, why are you telling me all this?
But it's okay though. I'm glad you were honest with me about a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, that keeps it close. It keeps the relationship tight. And I wish more parents would talk to their kids and let them speak and say what they need to say. Because it's not out there. Mm-hmm. A lot of people from the EC, you know, when the bar was open, a lot of them come to me with their problems, and they're talking to me, and I'm like, okay, can't you go to your parents?
You're like a therapist around there sometimes.
Yeah, I was. But, you know, can't you talk to your parents about it? Oh, Mama Z, I can't go tell my parents this. Are you kidding me? They'll throw me out. They'll kill me. They'll do this and that. And I always felt bad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you remember the next day at that Vegas trip, you know, I threw up on the highway.
Anthony, you got to understand something. Okay, we were doing illegal. We were in the back seat. I was sitting on your lap. Everybody was sitting because we didn't have enough room. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, you throw me over because I had to sit on your lap, and you're puking out the window. And I'm like, oh, Christ almighty. Oh, and there you puking out the window, and I started laughing.
I was
Whatever.
hungover.
You were hammered.
Oh, we had a great. That was a fun
It was
vacation.
fun. We had a lot of nice trips. We had a lot of Vegas trips.
Yep.
You know, we did a lot of things.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
You know?
Many.
Yeah, California.
Many. California, and all the
Florida.
parties.
Where?
We've thrown a few parties in our day too.
Yeah.
Couple 2-3. People are checking in. Ma Gina's
Sure.
saying hello. Cousin Russell saying what's up, cuz.
Hi, cuz.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Russell. Pam Parks, good to hear from you. Mama
Hi,
Z.
Pam.
Missing you guys. Hope all is good.
Nice.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you,
Sweetheart.
Pam's always been a sweetheart.
You're a sweetheart, Pam.
She took care of Grandma too back in the
Yeah,
day.
she
So
did.
she was awesome. Joanna Townsend, hi, Mama
Hey,
Z.
Joanna.
Karen's in the house.
Hey, Karen, dear.
Since you got back from your sabbatical, have you seen Karen?
Not yet.
Not yet. You guys getting together soon?
Probably.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. We got to, compare notes.
Yeah.
Because they go away for 5 months now. They go to down to Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get together and, see what happened there, and she can see what happened out west. You know?
For sure. I was following her journey too on Instagram, and it
Yeah.
looked like they had a wonderful time.
They did.
I got to tell you, Ma, and I'm going to get a little sincere right now, but watching you guys do this whole travel thing is super inspiring to me. Like, this is exactly the route I would like to take, and bring this whole disruption thing on the on the road, of course.
Oh.
It would be a lot of fun to do it in a travel and RV, but what you guys are doing, it's amazing. It is. It's awesome. It's beautiful to see.
Thanks.
And, as hard as Joe Ming worked his ass off, he deserves every second to relax and do absolutely nothing, and he deserves it. And you guys deserve what you guys have set yourself up for. So I love it. I love watching.
Yeah,
what you
we
guys
have
are
a
doing.
lot of fun. We fish, we hike, we gem search. I love gem searching. I love the desert.
You're
The
a hippie
desert's
now.
my bag.
You're a hippie now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love it. I
remember
like
you used to make fun of
my
me for being a
I
hippie?
like my looks. Don't
like
talk
my
about
look.
my looks.
Remember you used to make fun of me for being a hippie?
Nah, yeah, I know. Well, I didn't make fun.
Nah, I know.
I love them. I love them
Discipline.
all. But I like, we do, get rocks, and you can make jewelry and stuff like that. And we have a side-by-side, and we take that out in the desert. And this year I'd like to do, they have a run where it's, what did I tell you? The
Heaven's
trail?
Gate or not Heaven's
No,
Gate?
not Heaven's Gate. Let me think about
It's
it.
a long trail.
Peace
Trail, yes.
And I'd like to do the Peace Trail. That's 700 miles, and I'd like to do that.
700 miles.
700 miles. It's a
Does it go
Peace
into
Trail.
another state, or is it
Oh,
just
it goes
in Arizona?
into Arizona, but you stop along the way
Uh-huh.
and stuff, and you go with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Always, when you're in the desert and you're driving and you're having a good time, and you always have to have other people with you. You can't, because if you get stuck in the desert, you're screwed. Mm-hmm. You're gonna die. Mm-hmm. So you gotta play it smart, and we always play it smart. Bring snacks, sandwiches, this, that, whatever, and booze.
You gotta have the booze.
Yeah, Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, you gotta have the booze. For sure.
It
And
makes it a nice day.
yes, for
And
sure.
night.
Chilling with the Rick. Me and my mom are like this too, Z. That's awesome. Mary Bonacci saying hello to you, Mom.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. Karen saying he taught my boys a few things in Vegas. Yeah, things not to do. Do not follow his lead.
Well, her boys are like my boys, and one of her boys is my godson.
Yeah, Brocco.
And I love them truly.
Mm-hmm.
And we had them in Vegas a few times, and boy, we had a good time.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. Remember Rocco had to punch that thing and he beat everybody?
Rocco.
And they were like pinning each other again. The guy, whoever the MC was pinning Rocco against the other guy, and they were making it like New York versus Wisconsin.
It was.
And they had to have whoever was the toughest punch or the strongest punch, and Rocco destroyed this guy. And Rocco's like my height. He's not any big, but he could fight. He's in great shape.
He's
and whatnot.
tough.
He's tough. He's a tough son of a bitch.
He's tough.
And this guy was like 6'3" redneck from Wisconsin, and Rocco beat his butt.
And we were edging it on too. We weren't any help.
Oh, we weren't any help at all.
Wisconsin sucks.
I think that trip I spent about 25 minutes sober.
I think we all did.
Right. It's hysterical. I do want to go back and talk about the gems too. So when you're out into the desert and stuff, are you like mining? Are you looking for rocks and stuff like that?
Well,
You
yeah.
go picking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to get more into it this year. Things were slowed down because of the COVID.
Yeah.
So things weren't really going, You had to be very careful. You had to be careful who you were hanging with, who you were with. You know, you just had to be careful. So this year, it's going to be different. I mean, I'm going to, you know, get up in those hills and dig my ass off.
Yeah.
I want some of that turquoise.
There you go.
I like turquoise.
Tell everybody when you're in the desert what your favorite sound is.
What my favorite song is?
Sound.
Oh, my favorite sound?
Yeah, when you're in the desert.
Nothing.
Exactly.
I like to listen to nothing. So what do? I go in the middle of the desert. I don't know if any of you people ever heard nothing, but I'm going to explain it to you. You're in the desert. You go in the middle of the desert, and you stand there, and you hear nothing. You don't hear birds. You don't hear cars. You don't hear trains. You don't hear airplanes. You don't hear people talking. It's just you and nothing. And that's when I get my peace. You get peace. You get very peaceful because good thoughts just start coming to you. You know, knowledge, everything just pops into your head, and you feel really good. Noises are distractions. You can't really make decisions or make up your mind about stuff. You just can't. Distractions. It's like when you go to sleep at night, you know, and you can't sleep. I can't sleep. You can't sleep because you're talking to yourself or you're hearing something. It's just very peaceful. The desert's it brings me peace, you know, and I love it.
Recharges your creative batteries too, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm not just with the desert. You know, I go to the ocean too. You know, I love the ocean also. That brings me peace too. I like New Mexico because I like the white sands, and I pick me some sage.
Oh, yeah.
I love sage. I am always burning sage. And I pick it right there in the white sands, you know, and I get bunches of it, you know. It's nice. I like it.
So is that your
Real
favorite
deal.
spot, New Mexico?
No, it's one of my favorites, but my favorite is Arizona.
Arizona.
Well, see, when I say Arizona, I'm not talking, you know, Phoenix, the big cities, the big towns. I'm talking in the middle of nowhere. That's where I like to be, in the middle of nowhere. And this place I go to is called Quartzsite. And they have like a little town there. And that's where they have the big shows. And the shows are there for 2 weeks. And they're called RV shows, but they have things you can purchase. People make things. They make jewelry like that. They make jewelry. They're very talented. There's so many talented people out there. It's just amazing. And I buy a lot of their goods because I like to buy things that people make.
Yeah.
You see, people put their love into what they make. And I know how important it is to them, and it becomes important to me. See? Anybody could go to the mall and buy anything off the rack. But if you make it for me or you make it, I'm going to buy it. But a lot of times people give me things because they end up falling in love with me. You know, and I get a lot of, I know, I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends on the road.
Yeah, I know.
And I give them my time. They get, you know, and I just listen to them. And, you know, knowledge is just listening to other people. I mean, I learn more about states and, foods and, you know, a lot of good stories. And I like people. Back in the day, I didn't have time for people, you know, but now I got the time to sit and listen.
That's because you're too busy raising a legend.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. He's a legend. Yeah.
Russell's saying you like it because it's close to her favorite troublemaking cousin.
I love him.
I know you do.
And that's another thing, is I get to see relatives while I'm out there, too.
Yes.
You know, they come and they visit us, you know, in our RV parks or wherever we are. And we have a great time. And we look forward to seeing each other, you know, Russell and Tim. And then I have other cousins, my cousin Mary and Marafa and Johnny Marafa, and Joe's relatives are all in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And we get to see them too, all his cousins and aunts and stuff. I mean, I don't swarm myself because I got things to do. I can't just sit there and visit either. I got things I got to do.
Right.
Because, you know, there's casinos, you know, there's California, there's just so many things around that I like doing. So I don't spend my 5 months visiting. I just have a good time.
You definitely like your casinos.
I do.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, I know. When's the last time you hit a royal flush? And how many royal flushes have you hit in your life? A few?
Well, I lived in Vegas for 10 years.
Right, I know.
So, many.
Many. Yeah.
I'm the royal queen.
You were for a while there. Like she would walk out of the grocery store and be like, I got an extra $5 just from the change and throw it in the machine. And then boom, there's a royal flush. Oh, it's like no big deal to this woman.
Well, it paid for my groceries.
It would pay for your groceries. Or how many times that happened? Multiple?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got some luck, Ange. You do.
It's skill. I call it skill.
Skill. It's pushing buttons.
Hell. I mean, you could push the wrong button and not win, so I always push the right button.
I guess you push the right buttons.
I always do.
Yes, you do. Is there a place you want to visit?
Yeah. Oh,
what's
my
on your-
dream is Alaska.
Alaska? Why, though?
Oh, I love Alaska because I want to see all the animals. I want to be face to face to a moose.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? I want to fish. I want to catch some salmon. I want to be face to face with a moose. I don't know why, but what the hell?
You mean Alaska in the summertime, though, right?
Well, yeah.
You can't handle the winter
You
up
can't,
there.
no. I want to go, but I really want to go. I want to go for at least a month, and I want to travel there. There's so much I want to see. I'm one of those goofs who watch Frontier, The Last Frontier, an Alaskan Family, and I'm one of those goofs who sit at night and go, Joe would say, what are you doing? Don't talk to me. Alaska's on. You know, I enjoy it. I like that. I like the outdoors.
It'd be neat to see sunlight 24 hours in Alaska, especially in the summertime when they have, right around there's like 22 hours of sunlight.
Oh, yeah, I would like that.
Yeah.
I got to experience that.
Interesting.
Oh, very much so. I like that. I've experienced a lot of things on the road, beautiful things. Sometimes I stay in national forests.
Mm-hmm.
I love being in the forest, Sometimes, like in Florida, the alligators, they're right there with me. Or alligators, or
Yeah, you're one with the wildlife.
wild boar,
Yeah.
the boar. Those pigs are nuts. But you got to just be careful. You can't aggravate them or irritate them or nothing. You see them, you just stand there. But there's a lot of wild animals that we come face to face with.
Including you and your husband.
Well, we're animals.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, by the way, I got to say hi to Joe Ming.
Oh, hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe Ming.
Is he watching? Does he even know how to do this? Does he know how to
Yeah,
access
he
this?
does.
He does?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
We love
Yeah.
you, Joe.
He's not that much of a stunad.
Well, no, the guy's a freaking genius. But like I said the other
Sometimes.
day, like he can build you a house and a bridge, and he can build you a city, but he'll leave his phone everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Where's my phone? Where's my glasses? Where's my keys? Where's my phone? Where's my glasses? Where's my keys?
Yeah.
It's just like,
But we are lucky to have
I say,
Joe
check
Ming
up your
Mother.
ass.
We're lucky to have him, though.
Oh, I'm very lucky
Mm-hmm.
to have him. He's a good man. He's a very good man. He's a hard worker, and, he supported us.
He took
Beautiful.
us on.
Beautiful.
He took us on. That's
Beautiful.
a lot of balls.
Well, see, but it takes it. Like I was saying to somebody the other day, it's 50-50. Relationships are. Oh, I was talking to you about it.
Yeah.
I said it can't be 60-40. It cannot be 60-40. It has to be 50-50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to. That's how it works. And
And that was right around the same time you told me that I need to be single for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah, you do. You're not the marrying type.
Thanks, Ma.
I didn't say you can't date. I didn't say you don't go out and get your little whatever.
Yeah, let's
But
not talk about my
as far as you be your kumasigams, it's not that. It's just that you just aren't the marrying person. And you've always said, "Come on, let's get real here. I don't want kids and I don't want to get married." I've heard that. So why would I push you into that?
Right.
I can't do that. If I have to let you make your own choices. You're either going to be a good person or a bad person. People tell me all the time, all you people out there have told me, you did such a great job with your kid. How did you do that? You're such a great mother. You're a great person. No. He turned out the way he is because he wanted to be the person that he is today. You choose your destiny. It's not me that made him who he is. I'm very happy about who he is. I'm very proud.
Thanks, Ma.
Very proud. But I didn't do it. You did it. So people have to understand out there. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. But he did it.
Thanks. Meg Zirk's checking in, mother.
Hi, Meg.
Meg is saying.
Haven't seen you in a while, girl.
Well, they moved to Colorado.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. Tell Bear Bear we said hello. She says that I need to take you to Alaska. I don't have to take her to Alaska. She's going to do that on her own.
No.
Yeah, she's going to do that right on her own.
No. I got an RV. And
I'll fly up there.
We're gonna. Yeah, that's a good idea.
There you go.
You know, at least you'll have someplace to stay once you're there.
I ain't taking that drive.
Oh, people say to me, how do you stay in a car and truck that long? You know what? Joe Ming and I, you think we kill each other. Well, once in a while, you get on each other's nerves. You're with each other constantly. And
For sure.
I say, isn't there someplace you need to go, or something like that? Or
Go to your man cave, boy.
please, go sit out in the desert. Go look for spiders.
Is that your line? Like Grandma used to say, I'm going to grab your ass or I'll bite your ass, and then you just like, go look for spiders.
Go see what are they called? The scorpions.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a scorpion. Yeah. But we have a good time. They have nice thing about this traveling and stuff. You meet a lot of nice people, and these people want to party. I mean, the older people. I mean, they want to party. You got the dirty old men, and they're like, they're really nice, and they're nice when the wives aren't looking. They're looking, yeah. They're checking out asses and shit, and boobs and stuff, and you just sit there and you laugh. You laugh because they couldn't. There's a lot of things you couldn't do back in the day because you were always busy. You were raising a family. You were making money, you were raising a family, But now, you can do the things that you never did. You know how many people get high? I mean, sometimes a trailer park, that's all I got to do is step outside. The smoke just hits you in the freaking face.
And you're like, oh, that's a familiar smell.
Yeah, wow.
Where's Anthony? Is my son here?
Where's my son? Where's his friends? Hey, where are you, Clenzo? So... But it's funny because you're outside and they go, happy hour at 4 o'clock. No problem. Be there. What can I bring? Hey, maybe I'll bring some Jell-O shots. You want some Jell-O shots? I never had Jell-O shots. They never had Jell-O shots.
Really?
No, a lot of these people. Now remember, they're not from New York State. They're from all states, and a lot of people haven't had Jell-O shots. Well, that's how I make friends. I bring my containers. I got my Jell-O shot. Remember when everybody who's out there, remember my Jell-O shots, mine and Karen's? Okay.
Well, let's explain, because there are people here that have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So back in the day, I owned a bar. I had a bar for 10 years. Every St. Patrick's Day, I would have my mom, Karen, my aunt and uncle, and everybody set up in the back with Joe, and they would hustle Jell-O shots and make like 1,000 Jell-O shots, and we'd sell them for like 2 for $5 or whatever it was, And so this went on for 10 years. Every year on St. Patrick's Day, every year in, year out, they would make Jell-O shots set up in the back. So my mother and Karen were known as the Jell-O shot queens. And in fact, when my people would see my mother out and about in public, be like, hey, where's the Jell-O shots? Thinking she's got them in her freaking back pocket all the time.
I probably did.
Well, now she does because she travels with her kit of Jell-O shots. And
Yes,
this is how she makes friends.
This is how I make friends. So what I do is I got my containers. I got the thing. You know how I got the little cups with the caps on them and shit. And, I'll say, did you ever have a Jell-O shot? No. I said, I'll bring you some Jell-O shots. All right. 4 o'clock, happy hour. Okay, I'll bring the Jell-O shots. I bring these Jell-O shots, and these people are like, oh, my God, these are the greatest thing. Oh, my God, you rock. Yeah, I do. You rock. And, oh, my God, these are so damn good. I said, yeah. But that's what I do. I make Jell-O shots, and I make friends.
And tell them the story, though.
Well... Oh, the one I told you about the other day? Mm-hmm. Oh, there was a potluck dinner. They have that, too, in these RV parks and stuff, which are pretty cool. Everybody brings a dish. You sit there, you shoot the shit, you talk. It's a lot of fun. And you drink, of course. And then this one time, these 2 guys, they said to me, I love your Jell-O shots. I said, yeah. He said, do you think you can make tequila shots? And I said, I never made tequila shots, but sure, I'll do it.
Same principle.
Yeah. I said, yeah, sure. You know, they said, do you think you can make it with green Jello?
Lime
so it'd
Jell-O.
be lime. And I said, yeah, why not? Sure. I said, do you think you could supply the tequila? And they said, yeah. So I said, all right, give me some tequila, and then tomorrow, you know, we'll have Jello shots and shit. And I said, all right. So they gave me the tequila. I made the Jello shots with the tequila. The next day, I, you know, go to the potluck, and I had this tray. It was a nice sized tray like this of the Jello shots, and I walk in the door and I set them on the table, and all the food's on the table, and everybody's sitting around the table, all nice. So after that, all of a sudden I hear a little bit of a commotion, and I look, and I see this guy, and he's going, and I mean, he was spitting out the Jello shot, you know, and he was going, oh my God! And I'm like, and then these other two guys are laughing, the ones who wanted the Jello shots, and I go, what the hell's going on? What the hell's wrong with, what's going on? What's going on? Ah, ha, 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 ha. I go, what's wrong? He's a recovering alcoholic.
That's not funny.
And I go, yeah, and he's Mormon. He thought they
Now
were
that's funny.
dessert. Dessert? Are you freaking kidding me? So the guy's looking at me, these are the worst Jello shots I ever had in my life, blah, 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 blah. You know, like a little whining bitch. And I said, look, and I'm laughing. I'm like, all right, okay. Look, if I was going to make a dessert of Jello, I'd bring containers of Jello. I wouldn't bring little shots of Jello. That's not, you know. So they're laughing. Now the two are laughing their asses off. They're dying because he's a recovering alcoholic.
That's not funny. But the
That's
Mormon part is funny.
And he's a Mormon. And, you know, and I just looked at the guy. What can I say? I just laughed my ass off. I mean, I thought it was I thought it was funny. But then I said to him, gee, look, I'm sorry. You know, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I'm sorry. They taste terrible. Yeah, well, if you're a recovering alcoholic, any booze is going to taste bad to you.
Right.
But
Sorry to all our Mormon friends out there, but
oh yeah, sorry, Mormons.
but see, it is the most hypocritical religion there is. But anyway, I had to throw that thing in there. You know, my joke is like, how do you get a Mormon not to drink all your beer and smoke all your weed? You bring another Mormon. Anyhow, sorry if you guys are Mormon.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
We don't do religion.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, well, I'm going to go to the comment line. If you guys are watching on Facebook, if you could do us a quick favor and click the share button, it would be greatly appreciated and help spread the
Share.
word. EC Radio and Disruption Network. E is checking in, Ma. He's saying he loves us both. Say hi to E.
Hi, E.
We love you too, brother.
Love you, E.
We love you too. Annie Pandolf, she's checking in.
Hi, cuz.
Hi, cuz. Good to hear from you. Joanna Townsend saying she loves you, Maz. You're awesome. So
Well, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Gina saying you're an amazing woman. Tamara Bruff, she's saying hello too.
Hi, Tammy. I love you, Tammy.
Yep, good to hear from you guys. Everybody, thank you so much for chiming in. Everybody was really excited that you were coming in. You were here, what, a couple
I'm
of years
excited
ago?
I was coming in.
Well, yeah, a
too.
couple of years ago you came in?
It was 4 years ago, Mother's Day. I came in.
Yeah, but we didn't get to have a one-on-one, though.
No, we never did a one-on-one.
Man, we had, I think we had somebody come in and feed us food and stuff. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, where's the food?
I'm sorry. I'm late today.
And well, the coffee's good.
coffee's
Heather, love the coffee. I'm drinking blueberry, and it's really good.
Heather, we love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather.
Utica coffee rocks. Remember when Heather used to want to beat me up when we were kids?
Oh, yeah.
She used to yell at me across the fence and stuff, and yeah, it was funny. But now she's my sponsor, and I love her.
I know. I love her, too.
Yeah, me too. Great people.
I love all these people.
Yeah, there is some good stuff out there. A lot of awesome people we're surrounded by.
Yeah, we got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
We got a lot of friends, good friends.
What's your summer plans?
My summer plans, well, okay, so now I got to do my gardens.
Mm-hmm.
I got an orchard. I'm not the only one who does it, of course. Joe and I both do it together. It's a lot of work. We have a lot of property. And, you know, we have bees. We do honey. We have a garden of a lot of vegetables and stuff. And what I do is I use those vegetables and I freeze them. And I take everything that we plant, we bring on the road with us. Now, come November, my whole freezer will be packed with fresh vegetables, fresh stuff. You know, we also have a pond, and I stock it with fish, and we eat fish. You know, every time we want to fish or something, we just go down there and get one out of the pond and take it up to the house and cook it. And you know, we have an orchard, which I have a lot of apple trees. So we make apple cider. We make applesauce. I make my apple pie fillings. People want to know if I sell, if I do it for sale, and I don't do it for sale. I do it for family and love. You know, I do it out of love and family. I don't sell. I mean, if you want to come up and grab something, you're more than welcome to come up and grab it. I'll give it to you, but I won't sell it to you.
I like the apple pie filling. I'll eat the whole container that you give me before you leave. I'll just eat it right out of the.
Really? I didn't know
instead
that.
of putting it in the pie.
Yeah, well, sometimes
Skip the
I
crust
make
and all
it
that.
for, like, you could put it on ice cream.
Ice
Like,
cream,
if you've
right.
got vanilla ice cream or whatever, any kind of ice cream, you know, you heat it up a little, you pour it on, it's all good. And I make those things, too. It's a lot of work. We work our asses off, Joe and I. We work really hard. And by the time November comes, it's like, get me the hell out of here. I got to go. I got to go play. I'm done with this work. We got to go play, Joe. And he you know, he's ready to. And, you know, so I just keep very, very busy, you know. We got trails now. We clean off our property, and we have, like, walking trails and stuff, too,
Nature
now.
trails.
Yeah, nature. And we four-wheel. You know, sometimes we do it as a family because we got a few of them, and we'll go and we'll take off for the day or whatever and go riding around, having a good time, spending time with each other and stuff like that. That's a lot of fun.
It's usually how we spend our holidays, go four-wheeling.
Yeah.
We're a four-wheeling family.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're half redneck, in case you guys haven't figured that out by now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I am when I'm out west. You know, I just sport that cowboy hat, and I'm good to go. Yeah.
Mega
and then
St.
all of a sudden I end up talking like this.
Yeah.
Because I start talking like everybody else.
Yeah, you get
What you
accustomed to the
mean?
accent.
Yeah. Sometimes I go ghetto. I mean, I just, you know, I switch it up.
You could switch the East Utica on it at any
I
moment.
do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
It's East Utica slang. I have to, listen, people. Listen. This is very important. It's called East Utica slang. People think I have a New York accent. You got a New York
Hey,
accent.
can you say water? Can you say ball?
No, let me tell you the last
people
thing
do that
was.
to me when I'm on the road.
Say ka.
Not from
What?
Boston.
Say ka. Okay, I go ka. And they say, see, she says ka. I go, you mean car? Are you talking about car? I said, well, I don't hear it, I don't see it, but I know it's an East Utica slang. And everybody from East Utica understands each other. We don't finish our words.
We don't finish our sentences
We don't
either.
finish our sentences, or we finish them for each other. You know, and that's what it's all. That's what it is, you know. And they confuse me with being a New Yorker. And then I say, I'm 4 hours away from New York. There's no buildings in my yard. Oh yeah, sure. No, really, seriously. I live in the country. I'm a
In the middle of
country girl.
nowhere.
I'm country folk. Country folk? Yeah. I'll show you a picture. You want to see a picture? Here, I got a picture. This is my backyard. Oh, that's nice. So how far are you from the Statue of Liberty? The Statue of Liberty is up my ass. That's where it is.
They
Okay,
don't
leave
get
me
it.
alone.
They don't get it. I used to hate that too, being on the road.
Oh,
Hey,
they
can
do
you
it.
say this? Can you say that? Can you? Oh, they drive me
No,
crazy.
they do it. Or they do this. What are you? What? They'll look at Joe, you know, because they don't know what he is. And they'll go, what are you? I said, he's Pekingese. That's why I break their balls. He's Pekingese.
Right.
He's Pekingese, and they think I'm Mexican. Everybody thinks I'm Mexican.
Do they think Joe's Mexican?
Well, they think he's Mexican. Well, it's funny when they come up to us and they start speaking Mexican to us, and we look at them like, we laugh to each other. As here we go again. They think we're Mexican. But they think he's everything. Everything. He's Hawaiian.
Hawaiian, right. That's the one I get a lot from him.
Yeah. It's Hawaiian. It's
Your
Chinese.
stepfather's Hawaiian, right? No, he's not Hawaiian.
No. He's Chinese. He's full-blood Chinese. I'm full-blood Italian. So we're Chi-Italians.
Chi-Italians.
Yeah, that's what we call ourselves. Chi-Italians.
Meg Zirk saying it keeps you young. That's why you look 30, Ma.
Oh, wow.
See?
Thanks,
She's
Meg.
getting some brownie points.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Joe Town is saying living in Western New York, it's the same thing. Everybody assumes you're from the city. It's crazy. You know,
They
the
do.
one time when we were in Vegas, this one time, Tori and I were coming back from the House of Blues, and we were riding on the monorail, and we sat down next to these guys, and they were from Canada, and they sat right down to us, and they were like, "Hey, what's up?" They start talking to us. You know, Canadians are super friendly, and we're like, "Hey, yeah, we know." So we're talking with them. I go, "Where are you guys from?" So, "Wow, we're from New York." And he goes, "Where, Utica?" I'm like, who? Nobody says Utica. Everybody's like Brooklyn, the Bronx, all that. And I go, "Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I am from Utica. And how did you guess that?" He goes, "Oh, we're from Vancouver, eh? And we know about the Comets and all this." And I'm like, and it was just right after I had the Comets sing on my album. It was just like, and I was like, as a matter of fact, we were with them a couple weeks ago. He just did, like 5 of them just sang on my album. And so we just got talking, and like, but nobody says Utica. They all already assume Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens. They don't know what upstate New York is.
They have no idea.
Visually, upstate New York is beautiful. Right?
gorgeous.
It's gorgeous up here. I
tell a lot of the people who travel, when are you going to come our way?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Adirondacks is beautiful. You people would love this. You know, come this way, travel this way in the summer, because a lot of people are full timers. They sell everything they own and they just full time camp. And they go everywhere and anywhere, but they play with the weather. You know, they go wherever it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
You know. And I say, in the summertime, why don't you just come up this way? I even tell them they can stay on my property, our property, Joe and I property, if they want to, because we met a lot of people. I have so many friends out there. I've never had so many friends. And I can go in any state and stay anywhere if I want to.
I wonder where you got that from me.
Yeah.
All the couches and floors I've slept on throughout the years of travels and tours and whatnot. About the time we showed up in Vegas and you wanted to kick my ass. Let's talk about that one.
Let's talk about that. When I was living in Vegas, I was living there for 10 years. When I was living in Vegas, you called and you said, "Hey, Mom,
We're on the road with the band.
I'm on the road with the band." I said, "Oh, that's cool, good, nice." And he says, "We were going to stop and stay with you for a little while. Do you mind?" I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "Yeah, come." Now, first of all, you didn't tell me how many, but you just said, you know, you were going to stop in and stuff. And I was so excited. I was so happy. I said, "Okay, good, nice." You know, and I went out and I bought food and this and that. And, you know, Joe was excited. And we were really waiting for it. And then the day you were coming, I hear the doorbell ring. And I go to the door and I answer the door. And I couldn't believe what I saw.
Or smelled.
Well, I didn't smell it yet until you walked in the door. All right. So I open up the door and I see you, and you got a beard. It's just like Jesus Christ. I mean, the beard was down to here, and you had long ass hair. It didn't even look like you. You know, I'm saying, holy cow. And then here comes Joe Sweet. Okay, nice. Here comes Brown. Oh, okay, good. Here comes Devin. Oh, okay, good. And I'm looking, and here comes this little shit, the one who played it.
Otto.
He was adorable. And you all come walking in my door, and I'm looking at all of you, and then I get the smell. And I'm like, how long have you guys been on the friggin' road?
A month.
A month.
And none of us showered.
Didn't you take a shower for the month? What's wrong with you people? Now, I knew, of course, Joe Sweet, but the other ones I really didn't know. I said, "You guys take off them clothes right now. I want everybody's clothes. Get them off. I got 2 bathrooms. You get in that shower. You get in that shower." And I had another bathroom, too. But, you know, you ain't staying here smelling like that. Get the hell out of here. So they did. Everybody washed. I washed clothes. I made a great meal and stuff. And we actually ended up having a really great time.
We had a great time.
I mean,
we had a party
ball.
at the end. The neighborhood came over. We had a little block party going on in the backyard.
Oh,
the band
yeah.
set
and
up
then
and
Joe
played.
Sweet, he played in a couple venues, and we went to. You know, we went to the venues. We had a good time. But you know, it was the funny thing about you guys, you're in beautiful Vegas. All right, you spent more time in my backyard than you went to go see Vegas.
Well, that's
because
not true.
I had I had the built-in pool. I had the jacuzzi. Then you people had invited. A fish concert was there. All right, so everybody who was from Utica who went to the fish concert, you invited to my house. All right, now that's okay.
Party at my mom's. I don't know how many
He
times
did.
I've done that one.
He did. He did. So all these people show up, and it's okay because I had enough food. You know, I always got to make sure I got enough food. That's a thing with me, enough food. So I had enough food and stuff, and you guys came over and you played. You know, you played in the yard, and then my neighbors. You know, in Vegas, there's all walls. You know, so they can't really see. You know what's going on. They can hear, but they can't see. So I just like, you know, I got to keep peace here. You want to come over? Come on over. Yeah, each side of my walls, I said, come on over, because I want, you know, I didn't want them to get pissed off or anything. You know, HMOs, you got to be careful.
What a week, though, that was,
no,
too.
HOM.
And then
Homeowners Association.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, you said, though, that we kind of stayed, but we actually traveled a lot in that trip because I watched that building blow up. I have video of that, Joe Sweet. Can you please find those videotapes? I documented that whole tour, the whole tour. We can't find those videotapes.
What happened to them?
There's some classic stuff on there. It's a long story, but hopefully we'll get to them one of these days and they'll pop up, but there's some classic stuff on there. But I sat there for hours waiting for that building to come down. It was like 3 in the morning. Me and Otto decided, hey, you guys, everybody was sleeping, and he was like, hey, you want to go watch that building blow up? Like, hell yeah. So we went there. We stayed there for hours with that camera waiting for that building to blow up. That was cool, and got a lot of weird stuff happen on that tour, but it was definitely memorable. In fact, that trip changed my life.
Well, that was pretty cool because when I got up in the morning, you showed me the whole video of the building blowing up, you know, and it was pretty cool to see. I've seen it before. I've seen other buildings in Vegas blow up, you know, but that was cool because you had good shots. You really did. You got up close enough to get some really good shots, and that was pretty good. I don't know if it was the dunes. I really can't remember, but
El Dorado.
Oh, that one was El Dorado. I think I saw the dunes.
I was there for the dunes.
Oh, so
that was on when they opened up Treasure Island, and they made it look like cannons were firing at the dunes, and we were right across the street at Bally's. I was hanging out with John there, and we watched that thing blow up. So what they do is they implode it. When it got to like the 3rd floor, you couldn't see. It just looked like a war zone because there was so much dust and smoke and everything. But that was really epic.
Yeah.
It's cool the way they do it there.
Yeah, that was different.
All right, your your Instagram name makes sense now that people realize it's Chi Italians.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Marilyn Coffin is saying, hi, love the mother-son relationship.
Hi, Marilyn.
Thank you. Gina said that's an Italian thing. Make sure there's always enough food.
Gina, who?
Gina Arguelles from the Uncle.
Oh, hi, Gina.
She's part of the Uncle Louie Variety fans. In fact, I can't wait to get you in the same room with them. It's going to be an interesting dichotomy.
Oh, I can't wait either.
I know they're excited.
I got to straighten them out.
Yes. You straighten them out? Are you? You give them a scarf?
Yeah. Scafangool, all of you. The Louis. I call them the Louis.
Yeah. We had a great time this weekend. It was fun.
Oh, yeah. Those are great guys.
Yeah.
They are. They're fun.
Yep.
Well, we can relate to them, Aunt.
Well, Ma, I say it all the time. It's a blessed life.
It is.
It is. It's a blessed life. I don't have any complaints. I have no regrets. And, you know, I mean, we've done some stupid shit in the past, but you know, leave it in the past and you move forward and you learn from your mistakes.
You know what I told you? I told you this so many times. Life's it's a learning lesson. You know, you make mistakes, you learn from them. You better learn from them, and you got to correct them. And when you correct them, all good. You got to correct your mistakes, you know. You have to. And that's what it is. That's why we're here. We're here, you know, to learn. It's a learning lesson. And then you would go on to the next level, you know. And you go on to the next. I don't know what it's going to be. I hope it's exciting, you know, and I hope it's all good. But I hope I see, you know, my parents at least, you know, again, hopefully. But, you know, it's just you gotta forgive. You have to forgive. If anybody has hurt you in the past or whatever, let it go. It's not worth it. The burden on the shoulders, it's not worth it. It just brings your ass down. You can't do that. You can't. You just got to keep going and, you know, and health-wise. Health is very important. You know, I have some health issues. And I've mentioned them a few times. And you just got to go with it. You know, if you can't do it, then don't do it, you know, until you can. You know, just it's hard. It's hard when you're disabled and stuff. Some people are disabled and stuff, but don't give up. Don't ever give up. Don't, you know, just keep going. Just keep going, you know. If you want to travel, travel. If you want to do something, do it. because you're only around here once. That's it. That's it. You know, you hear that a million times, but it's the real deal. You know, that's it. So that's exactly what me and Joe are doing. We're doing whatever the hell we want. We're enjoying every minute of it, you know. He drives me crazy. I drive him crazy, but we laugh. At the end, we laugh. We laugh about it. Because, you know, he's just as goofy as me. There's a part of Joe guy you guys don't see. You know, you all love Joe Ming. And he's a good
all
guy.
Nice and he's a sweetheart.
He's all sweetheart. But, you know, he's an asshole just like the rest of us. He's an asshole just like the rest of us. You know, and I like...
And we mean that in a nice way, Joe.
All nice, all good, you know. You're an asshole. Yeah, so are you. Good. Well, then we're two assholes. But, you know, you got to laugh at each other. You got to, you know, stop taking life so serious. You're wasting time.
Exactly. You know, this weekend I was with the Louis in Pittsburgh, and they had asked me to MC, like kind of be the host. And he was like, if you got a couple jokes, throw them in there. So I'm not a comedian. I'm not. I could talk in the mic. I'm not scared of the microphone. I'm not scared of the stage. Been on the stage my whole life. Had a microphone in my hand for 30 years. Yeah. I'm fine with that. But I've never told jokes on stage. So I kind of was thinking about it. I was overthinking this. Really was. I know I talked to you. I talked to Stacy. I talked to a bunch of people. Stacy was like, pal, you're overthinking. Just freaking do it. You know, and shout out Stacy Waterman, by the way. I talked to Mike Nash. I talked to a bunch of people about it. Like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do. I'm not a fucking comedian. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't know. So I go with what you know. So, of course, I had to turn it into family. Because I figured, you know, we're celebrating our Italian heritage with the Uncle Louie Variety Show. People should know I'm 75% Italian, 25% of nobody knows because Wes Donaldson was adopted. We never knew what he was. So who knows what the 25%. But I am 75% Italian, okay? So go with what you know. So I went with grandma jokes. Because, I mean, who better? Who better? So I want to bust a couple out for you and see what you think.
Okay.
All right?
I'm ready.
All right, so I was like, here we are, you know, we're celebrating our Italian heritage with the Uncle Louie Variety Show. And the first time I ever saw the Uncle Louie Variety Show, because you kind of relate them to your family, I thought of my grandmother, Angelina Leone, the meanest, sweetest woman all in one breath. Sit down, have something to eat before I punch your face in. Anthony, give me the moppine before I choke you with it. Would you like some ice cream, honey? If you don't, I'll cut your heart out. Right? That was Ange.
Then you wonder why I'm the way I am.
And then I set him up for the last one, and I won't get into the whole skit.
Go ahead.
But the last one was the strangest thing you ever got hit with growing up Italian. What's the strangest thing you ever got beat with? Okay, of course, it's the wooden spoon, the slipper, your shoe, the broom. I said my mom had a Great Red Cross.
So full of shit.
But it's all part of the joke. But I said,
okay.
It's a joke, Ange. The craziest thing, I said, I got you guys all beat. And the craziest thing I ever got beat up with was my grandmother's dentures. So grandma once, it's a true story. Why would grandma have a cup full of Listerine and dentures sitting in the living room? Why? Who does that? Who puts their dentures in the, it should be in the bathroom or maybe even a nightstand in the bedroom. But who leaves it out in the living room? Who does that? So there's a cup of Listerine with her dentures and she picks them up and she throws them at me. It's like sitting around on the table. They're chattering on the table. Like, I still got PTSDs from this shit. I still do. And then the one time she picks it up, she's like, I'm going to bite your ass. I'm going to bite your ass. She's chasing me around her house with her dentures. Who does this? Who does this? It's my grandmother, your mother. I miss her so much, though. Oh, my God. I think about her every day. But, yeah. She beat me up with her dentures. I'm still, like, I am hilarious.
Okay. You had the fun grandma.
I did.
I had the mother grandma. All right. That's funny. Now that's good. You did good. I wish I was there. You did good. That's funny.
I wish you were there too, because you've been the only one laughing. They're just like, "Where's Louie? Get off the stage. Where's Louie? I want Carlo.
Where's the Zion?
Yeah.
Where's the Zion?
Who's this guy? Who are you? I'm not gonna buy your merchandise." Anyway.
No, that's really good. If anybody doesn't think that's good, they're out of their friggin' mind. Because what you just said was the truth.
Yeah.
That's why it's so funny. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're a different breed. Italians are a different breed.
It's true.
We talk our own shit. We talk our own language. We all think we're funny. We all think we're funny. I think I'm hysterical. I think you're funny.
You
I
got
think
your
all the
moments.
Italians are funny. I think Karen's funny. I think, I just think Joe Dare's funny. He's a good friend of mine, too. It's Karen's husband. He's hysterical. He's a riot because we all relate to each other. We're sick. We're nuts. We really are nuts.
We are sick,
But
but in a good way.
yeah, in a good way. Everything's in a good way.
How come no one recorded you, Z? Actually, Gabe did record me.
Oh.
And so he does. Actually, there was 3 sets. There was 3 shows. I had to get up 3 times. The first night I bombed because I was hammered. And I got up there and I was on a roll, but then I just lost my train of thought. I did. I just lost where I was going with the next one because I had too much Crown Royal, salted caramel Crown Royal that Carla likes to feed me with.
Love that.
Oh, it was really good. So I kind of lost my train of thought. Second night, I thought the first show, I thought it was great. I thought I did well. I got a little pop out of the crowd, was good. And then the second show was decent. It was average and stuff like that. I'm going to maybe work on the skit a little bit more and try to fine tune it a little bit. But again, I'm not a freaking comedian. That was my first time I ever did. I did the roast. Remember the roast?
You did a fantastic job.
The roast.
You brought everybody to their knees. I was so proud. I'm going, yes, yes, get them. I was really proud of you because you did that really well. I mean, I was like, that's my son.
The roast with that, my roast when they roasted me back in 2011.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Ago.
When you destroyed them.
Yeah. So my roast, it was probably the funniest night of my life. I think so.
Funny.
It's like the whole thing was funny. It wasn't just me. But I've been a part of 4 or 5 roasts now. I could do that. I can make fun of people all day long. I'm good at it. But to sit on stage with a microphone in my hand and start telling jokes, it was out of my comfort zone. And I like that, though, because it's going to get me to want to do this a little bit more, I think.
Oh, yeah, you'd be really, really good at it. I really, I could see that, but I always knew you were funny. Mm-hmm. You've always been funny. You always had a sense of humor. But that was really, really good. I mean, I like it. I like that.
Karen is saying that's our Angie, and she said she would come over to visit, and the girls are spring cleaning, and she would hand me a cloth to help.
This is true.
Don't just stand there, Karen. Get your ass to work. I can hear her.
Remember that, Karen? But you were good, Karen, because I couldn't go out of the house. See, I couldn't go out of the house on Saturday unless that house was clean. Mm-hmm. So she'd come over and help so that I could get out of the house and we could take off.
Go do your thing.
For 8 hours, running the roads. And, yeah.
Joe Tana saying Italians are funny. That's why I relate to the Uncle Louie show so much. That's why we all do. And it's kind of weird how the universe has brought us all together. And it's not weird. But, I mean, it's kind of, I think it's awesome. And the partnership that I have with those guys has been amazing. And I do feel like we've known each other forever, and they have been part of our family because we all from the same cloth.
The thing about Italians is there's different dialects, and there's different Italian, like you got your Sicilianese, you got your Sicilian, you got your Calabrese. And sometimes they say things that are different that I don't understand. Mm-hmm. Like the Louis, they say zia for aunt. Well, we say sitzi for aunt. So there's some things that I learned from them, and that is different, and different dialects. That's all. But if you're from East Utica, you all speak the same language.
There are 2 people that do not understand East Utica, and you know who that is? Siri and Alexa.
What do you mean?
Every time, that's why I shut off Siri, because she can't understand anything I ever say. Siri, can you bring me to Siri? And she doesn't understand a word that I say. Siri can't understand East Utica. In fact, I had this conversation with Danny Nappy the other day, too. He's like, I like Siri and Alexa because he has it in the house, the apartment and stuff. He goes, and I'm like, Siri and Alexa, they understand you? He goes, oh, yeah. Like, wow, they don't understand me. It's kind of weird, though. But I have a few other friends that are like, I don't use Siri either just because they don't understand it. I just don't think they can understand East Utica.
They can't. Or, if you got your cell phone and you're talking, and instead of texting, and you talk into it, and you're talking the way you do. I talk the way I do. You should see what the shit that comes up. I mean, they're not saying anything that I'm saying. They're saying what they think they hear, or what I don't realize it. You know, that I'm talking like that. That they don't pick up on that. But you know,
Would you ever like to go to Italy and retrace your roots?
no, hell no.
Why not?
I'm not interested.
No?
I'm not interested in going out of the country at all.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. Because this United States of America is so beautiful. There's so many things to see and do. And I just want to grab it all. You know, to tell you the truth, Joe and I have been traveling for many, many years. It's more now because we're retired. He's retired. But there's so many things to see and so many things to do. I just eat it all up. I love it. I mean, okay, what I was going to say was, I think I haven't been to 5 states. I think I've hit every state except for 5.
Do you know the 5?
Well, I know I have to see North Dakota. I have to see South Dakota. I have to see
Montana.
Of course, Alaska. And I think there's one more. I can't remember what it is.
Have you been to Hawaii?
Oh, I've been to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I've been to Hawaii. Well, we also did cruises too.
Right.
You know, we did a few cruises.
What's the 5th one? Idaho?
No, I've been there.
You've been to Washington State?
Yeah, I've been there too.
You've been to Oregon?
I remember what I did there. That's
Wow,
funny.
what did you do in Washington?
I always do something stupid or funny
okay,
because
go
I
ahead.
think I think I could do whatever the hell I want. You know, it's funny, especially now. You know, we were driving through Oregon, and all of a sudden I see these. I'm looking at the trees, and I see all these red things. I'm going, what the hell is that, Joe? He goes, Ange, what? They're cherries. Cherries? Are you shitting me? They're cherries? I love cherries. You know I love cherries, Joe. We got to stop. Ange, we can't stop. No. Joe, we got to stop. I got to pick cherries. I want cherries. I love them. All right, Ange. So he pulls over, and I hit a bag, and I jumped out of the car. I said, keep the car running. I run out there, and I'm grabbing all the cherries off the trees, and I'm eating them. Joe, these are great.
You're so shady.
So I got these cherries. I filled up the bag like this. I jump in the car. I go, let's go. And we were just kept eating the cherries, you know, just stuff like that. I see oranges, you know. Oh, I could go for an orange. Edge, that's private property. I don't care. What's an orange? They going to get mad if I have an orange? Really? Joe, are they going to get mad if I have an orange? I guess not, Ange. Okay. I get out, get a couple oranges, jump in the car. It's fresh fruit. It's there for the taking.
It's God's treats, right? Karen's saying Joe would say you haven't been to your kitchen in all the states instead of the states.
What? I haven't
She's
what?
busting your chops. Joe would say you haven't been to your kitchen. You know, all the states you haven't been to. There's 5 states you haven't been to, and
Right.
but Joe would say you haven't been in your kitchen. You get it?
Yeah.
When
Good one, Karen.
she's trying to break your chops.
You know I'm funnier than you,
Oh,
right?
stop it. Stop it. I bet you can't wait to see each other, though.
No, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, in the summertime we've traveled with them.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Old Forge, or we go to Delta, or Karen. I can't remember some of the places that we've traveled with you. I'm going blank, but we've gone to places and hang out with them, and we have a good time. We have a really good time because we all have the same sense of humor, and we have a good time.
She's saying that's what he would say about her, not you.
That's right. Her Joe says that. Not my Joe, because I cook a storm, girl. You know that.
Yeah,
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That man is a lucky man.
Yeah, he don't know how to cook.
You don't cook?
He don't cook. He can't even make cereal.
No, he's lucky. You know, he gets breakfast. We've been together for 35 years. And for 35 years.
In fact, your anniversary is coming up in a couple weeks.
It's May.
Yeah.
It's May 24th.
Yeah.
It'll be 34 years.
34
We've been
years.
together for 36.
Wow.
Yes.
It's coming up fast.
Yep.
That happened so fast, right?
It did. I think so. I do. And we got a grandson, 2 grandsons. We've got 2 sons together. I got all boys around me, which is good because I have a good time
You're
with you
surrounded
guys.
by testosterone.
It's all right because, we do things together. We all do things. We have a good time. And I'm outdoorsy. So, too.
Yep.
I enjoy it as much as you guys do. I mean, we have competitions, who's going to get the bigger fish.
All the time.
All the time. Or, who can, ride faster than the other on the four wheels. We shouldn't do that shit, but we do.
I always lose that one because my four-wheeler doesn't go as fast as everybody else's.
I know.
I think it might be time for an upgrade.
It's probably we tweak it down purposely.
Yeah, you probably do tweak it down so I can't rub it in on all you guys.
I know. Because you're good at a lot of things, Aunt.
Well, thanks, Mother.
When we play baseball, you're the one who's hitting it over the fences and stuff, and you're really into sports. Good. You've always been into sports.
Yeah, we've definitely have been an active family.
We play basketball. We do horse.
Yeah.
H. Oh, you're lying. You didn't get an H. We argue more than we play basketball.
Always.
That's fun too.
And I always win that game.
Oh, Joe will say no.
He doesn't win.
Joe will say no.
He can't hit the broadside of a barn. This is how we go at it, though, people. If you don't know our family, it's just not, people are like, why are you guys arguing with each other? No, it's just
That's
the way we
not
talk.
arguing. Are you kidding me? That's not arguing.
The way we talk.
I used to say back in the day, and Karen, you're still on, you can, that when we used to go outside when we were kids, we would all talk loud. Hey, how you doing, Ida? Yeah, oh, good. Everybody would yell. We didn't talk. We didn't have library voice. What the hell's a library voice? We didn't have a library voice. And we would yell, and when I would go to her house or I'd go to Billy's house, you'd stand out front of the house and you'd go, Billy, Billy. That's how you called your friends out of their house. You didn't go and knock on the door, ring the doorbell. You used to just scream their name in front of their house, and that's the norm. That's what you did. Angela, that's how it was. So that's why I think a lot of us Italians are loud, because you yell like the Delia's in the back. Hi, you just screamed and yelled all the time. Joe sometimes says to me, "You're too loud." Shh. He'd do that. Shh, shh, shh. And I go like this. Shh, shh, shh. Back to him, just.
Who the hell's Billy?
Oh, I don't want. Billy. It's just another kid on the block.
All right.
Or I'd go Karen or Kathy or whoever the hell your name was.
Gotcha.
That's how you call them out.
Mm-hmm. Thought there was a friend I didn't know about.
Or my mother.
Oh, well, I can hear it for 5 blocks away.
You tell them how she called you.
When I was a kid.
But she used to do it to me first.
Well, of course, because you got years on me. But she used to call me from the porch of the house, and I would be 4 blocks away, right? I'd be on Hammond Ave.
Yeah.
And I can hear her from Hammond Ave. And it's like 4 blocks away. Anthony! Anthony! What? It's time for dinner, you son of a bitch! Yeah, thanks.
You got to understand, people. Anthony and I lived upstairs from my parents.
Right.
They have a 2-family house. Mm-hmm. And me and him lived upstairs. So a lot of times, of course, my mother, that's why my mother, he was brought up with, the grandmother, the grandfather, the aunts, the uncles, the great-grandmothers, so he was brought up with all of them on McCoy Ave. And he's right. That's exactly the way she would do it, because she did the same thing to me, too. Same thing. Now, I never laughed at it, because I would like, oh.
Oh, yeah, you get annoyed by it.
But when she did it to him, I would laugh. I'd be laughing.
Yeah,
Now I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it was funny.
It's your turn, kid. I can hear it for miles. I can still hear it. I can still hear it. I was telling this story yesterday. We're doing this podcast with Danny, right?
Yeah, I love it.
So there was that night that the porch blew up, right? Danny didn't have anything to do with it. Danny was already locked up at this time, right? But I remember that night very clearly. So I want to paint the story for everybody. Back in 1983, my mother and I were living upstairs at my grandmother's house, and it was a Monday night. I was watching Monday Night Football, and all of a sudden we heard this loud-ass explosion, and, the pictures were shaking on the walls, and, it was loud. And so her and I were really curious to see what was going on. So we ran outside, and then all of a sudden Grandma's like, "Get your sons and bitches' asses in the house. You gotta go to bed." She starts screaming at us. Like, and Grandma's really tapped into that type of world. You know what I'm saying? She knew. She was connected. Your mother was a connected woman. She was. So she knew what was going on. And she's screaming, she's like, "You get upstairs, you shut the lights off, you go to bed, you don't answer the door, nothing, go to bed, shut up." She was screaming, threatening us. And we did. I think the cops did show up. I didn't.
They did.
Did you speak to him that night?
I spoke to
You
him.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought we just locked the doors and just went to bed. But the cops did end up coming to there. But I think, why didn't Uncle Joe show up and kind of handle that situation for us?
Yeah, I went downstairs to my parents. At that time, my father was alive, and my mother and father. And, I was telling my father, a little bit about, what I heard and stuff. And there's a knock at the door, and a detective walks in the door. And so the detective, says, "Did you see anything?" And I could see my father going. So I said, "Nope." "Did you hear anything?" "I heard a little noise, but I really didn't think anything of it," and stuff like that, because I knew, I knew. I didn't see anything, so there's nothing that I can say, because I didn't really see anything. So, but I heard it, But I knew back then you got to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. And that was a mob hit for people that don't know. It was a mob hit.
Yes.
And when Danny came in to do the studio, and
Yes.
we've had our rounds and rounds of conversations.
I never knew who did it. I never found out who did it.
He told me who did it, but he was in prison. He was already locked up by then. But he had known the whole situation.
I was always wondering who. I always wondered who the hell it was.
Yeah.
But
that was one of the first things I brought up to him. I was like, because it's something that I'll never forget. I remember that Eagle Street bombing. I remember that. They blew up half that house. They blew up his whole porch.
and it was on Eagle Street, and we lived down on McQuaid.
Like
and we
half
lived,
a block down.
Yeah, way down the block, and it was pretty frightening.
Yeah.
But we knew enough not to say anything, because a lot of shady things go on, and you just you know when to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
And you shut your mouth. I mean, you shut your mouth. So we never talked about it after that. Nobody said a word about it.
Until I started doing this podcast.
Now, when you did this podcast, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what? I like he's doing this podcast, because, I got a lot of questions about things when I was a kid growing up, about Bleecker Street and all that. I said, yeah, maybe finally, I'll get some of those answers, And I said to you, I said, Aunt, I'd like to know a few things. If you find out, I really would like to know, because there's a lot of things that, we pushed to the side and forgot about. But, most of those people are dead now. A lot of them are dead,
Except for Danny.
Except for Danny. But I'd like to meet Danny. I would really like to meet him someday.
Yeah, for sure. It's been quite a trip, and next week's our last episode on that, believe it or not.
Oh.
But this episode that's out right now actually inspired this conversation too, because the conversation between father and son it got emotional. But it's cool because the relationship that they have right now to this day is super tight, and it's amazing to see the relationship that they have.
You see, that's going back to forgiveness.
Yeah,
like I had said earlier. Sometimes you have to forgive, because there's always a good person out there. We were all born good, Everybody was born good. It's the road you take. And, the father, he made a lot of mistakes, and he knows he made a lot of mistakes. And for the son to forgive and for them to have this rest of this relationship together, I think it's awesome.
It is. It's a beautiful thing. The redemption side of this whole story is truly remarkable.
It is.
And it got really emotional. And in fact, the very last episode, on episode 10, it gets pretty emotional. And I can't wait to drop that on everybody. Everybody's kind of mad at me the way I left it hanging on episode 9. Did you listen to the new one?
I haven't heard it yet.
Yet.
No,
I left
usually
everybody
I
kinda
don't want to
hanging.
stay up 12 o'clock at night. I'm an old
But you don't
man.
have to listen to it when it comes out. You can listen to it whenever you want.
I know, but I haven't had a chance. I will. But I'm really interested in here. I'll go home and listen to it now. But I really enjoyed this. I gotta tell you, I give you a lot of credit for this. I mean, it's like you've done that before, and you haven't, and you learned, and I just can't believe how great everything sounds. I think you're doing a wonderful job, and I think everybody who's involved has done a great job. And you know, I hope there's more to this, or something comes out of it. I hope so. And I'm glad for the Nappies. I'm very happy for them.
I love those. I love that family.
Yeah.
You know, and then Junior and I go way back since Tiny Tot Nursery School. That's how long we go back. Wow. And then we played youth hockey together. And then there was a period of time where we didn't know each other until I had the bar, and then he started coming hang out at the bar a lot. So I got many, many years.
Oh, this is totally meant to be. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is destiny, and this is meant to be.
Yeah.
For you guys to get together like you guys. There you go. That's an
use guys. That's an East Utica thing.
That's
use guys.
Use guys.
Use guys.
For you guys.
The two
utes.
guys.
Utes guys. For all utes guys. Mm-hmm. It's there's a reason for it. I mean, there's a reason for everything, and there's a reason for this to happen for Mr. Nappy there, and his son. It's a healing thing.
It is,
and I'm very happy for them. I really am. I'm good. I like it. I like this, and I like the work that you're doing, and I think that if you want to do more of these things, you can. Your name is out there. You know. It's so professional, you know, and just it's like when he talks, you know, you just listen, and it's like you're there for the moment, you know. It's really good. I like it.
Yeah, he's a good storyteller.
He's got a nice voice.
Yeah, he's a good storyteller, and he makes it easy for me to do the editing and tighten it up together. I was telling him that yesterday because he's like, "You like the way I talk?" And he goes, "Because sometimes he gets a little hesitant, you know, about talking." I'm like, "Just talk. I'll do all the work." And it's good. It's a good relationship. It's a good partnership, that's for sure.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself after next week, because next week's the final episode. And it's like, what a road it's been. And we have over like 6,500 downloads right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's like 6,500 downloads. And thank you so much to everybody that has been clicking that download button. It's really, really cool. People have reached out of nowhere. People you wouldn't even expect reaching out to be like, this is amazing. I can't believe that this is happening.
Well, I'll tell you, Anthony, it's a lot of people like me and my age, too, because we have a lot of questions. It's not just me. It's my age group. You know, we lived that. We heard things. We listened to things. You know, the bookies, and there was bookies, and there was things going on. You know, it was for East Utica. It was the most safest place to live. You know, everybody, because those guys took care of everybody. Those guys, if you had a problem, you talked to those guys. They would solve it like that. Mm-hmm. You know, they solve it. They took. You know, they ran Utica.
That was my other joke, too, about Grandma.
What?
This is Angelina Leone. You can usually find her in an empty parking lot buying stolen goods out of the back of a trunk.
It fell off the truck.
Yeah, it fell off the truck.
Get it right.
Remember the Disney movies? She had all those stolen Disney movies.
You went to her house, and all of a sudden, you'd see all these. What was it? They weren't called. Were they tapes?
They were VHS tapes. Yeah,
she had
VCR.
every Disney movie. Not that she watched them.
She watched any of them.
Watched them.
No, she just collected them.
She collected all these Disney, and I'm looking at them going, "Oh, this woman. She needs help." But she had them all. Yeah, they fell off the truck. Everything fell off the truck. These people know about falling off the truck.
Yeah.
You know.
The other thing, Grandma used to help me skip school. I'm sorry, skip class. So I got to back up. So when I went to school at Proctor, my grandmother was the lunch lady there, and it was great too because I get free lunch, and I look at her across the hall. Crowded cafeteria, place is packed, right? And I can make eye contact with her from clear across the room, and she'd be like, and that's all. Like I'd have a meal, you know? And so all we'd have to do is give each other head signals and nod and stuff. But 9th period or 8th period, one of the later periods I had study hall or whatever, I just skip it and go smoke weed or something, you know? And sure enough, I'm walking down Eagle Street, and every time, Anthony, get your ass in the car, you son of a bitch. What are you doing? You're supposed to be at school. Get in here. Get in the car. And she'd drive me home. She would yell at me, and then until I got in the car, so did you have a good day?
Honey, you forgot honey.
Honey, you're right.
Did you have a good day, honey?
Well, yeah, that was it. What a relationship we had.
Oh my God, I miss that woman so much.
Me too.
It's just unbelievable. I miss a lot of my family. I miss my father. I had the best father in the whole world. I was very fortunate to have a good father. I had a good mother. She was a really good mother, and I had nice aunts and uncles. Beautiful aunts and uncles and grandparents, and
Yeah,
I had it all. I mean, I had a great childhood.
They're all
because
gone.
they all lived all in around the same area, and they're all gone.
They're all gone.
Every single one of them is gone.
It's amazing.
I just lost my aunt, and it was the last of.
She was the last of the
she was the
Mohegans.
last.
Aunt Rachel.
My Aunt Rachel, and
Aunt Rachel was so cool, Ma. And that was the thing at the
she was the most
wake.
prettiest.
Yeah,
and she was
you
a
guys,
good egg.
you guys weren't able to make the wake and services because you were out west and whatnot, but I did, and just hanging out with the family, and we were just telling stories. But Aunt Rachel was so cool, and she accessorized as well. She was beautiful, and then and she was known to tip a couple glasses of wine here and there, but she was fun. She was always so much fun, and I miss her dearly too. She was a lot of fun, and everybody, the whole
We had
family.
great Christmases. We had great holidays. We had great birthdays. Back in the day, if it was your birthday, they all showed up. Nowadays, nobody shows up for your birthday, or you don't have celebrate with cakes. And a lot of people don't do that anymore. But back then, they did it. Or you went to grandpa's and grandma's for Sunday dinners and stuff like that. And oh my God,
All those
I'd
traditions
do
are
anything
gone.
to walk in a door and have that smell. My grandmother always had that smell that you don't smell anymore.
Yeah.
Or a voice. You see, you gotta appreciate who's alive now, because just if I can hear my mother on the phone say, "Hi, Ange," because that's how she used to say, "Hi, Ange." I'd give anything to hear her say that to me one more time. Hi, Ange. Yeah.
I'd give anything to hear her say, "Call me a stupid son of a bitch."
Anthony, you stupid son of a bitch.
I'd give anything to hear my grandmother call me a stupid son of a bitch right now, or "Get over here before I smack your ass," or whatever. She was great with all those phrases. She was
just a funny woman.
Yeah.
She was just funny, and everybody loved her. I mean, she was a comedian, and everybody. See, that's probably where you get it from.
I get it from the Donaldson side too, though.
Yeah, I mean, you got hit both sides.
I did.
Oh yeah.
I had no.
'Cause they're funny.
I had no hope.
They're a funny crew too. They're a funny crew. All of them.
No hope on both sides.
No, you didn't. No, and you just gotta, call your parents. I used to say to you before, you never used to call and stuff like that, and I used to say, "Anthony, just give me a call. Just say hello so I know if you're dead or alive." That's all parents want to hear. They just want to hear, "Hi, Ma, how you doing?" That's all. It's not that they want to get into your business, people. They just want to hear your voice to make sure you're all right. My son's 45 years old. I'm not going to stop loving him, and I'm not going to.
Tell everybody.
I'm not going to stop not caring. You care until the day you die. It is what it is. And you're better now. You're a lot better than you were.
Well, because I'm not on drugs, Ma.
Yeah, blame it on the drugs. Get the hell out of here. Blame it on the drugs. Yeah. Or the booze.
Yeah, I would call it my blackout years.
Yeah, they're blackout years.
Hey, Danny Melidio's checking in. He says he could still smell his grandmother's sauce.
So you know what I'm talking about, huh, Dan?
He knows. I mean, it's that oregano, the garlic, the whole thing. And then what Grandma Tomato used to have, she used to make her own pasta.
Well, what about the pizza frites?
And it would hang in the basement downstairs, and you would have to move like spaghetti to walk in the basement downstairs.
Or sausage.
Yeah, and she had the wine press and all that stuff going on.
Yeah, they had it all.
That old
Back in the day,
generation.
they had it all. You go in there, oh my God, like this cellar was heaven. It was just heaven.
Yep.
And you have all those smells and stuff, and you miss all that. You miss it.
Yeah.
You want it back. You want it back. And you can't. So you just have to do other things, to make yourself happy and content. Or do your own traditions.
Yeah, start your own, which we do. We have our own. I mean, we do our Sunday dinners, right? And
Yeah.
So with that tradition kind of still lives on in the family when I can make it, of course. But we do it often, and we do have our traditions. And we mentioned earlier we go four-wheeling a lot, and
Yep.
we do our sports and stuff. So we do have our little traditions within
Yes.
this little
Yes,
circle.
until your mother takes off in November and doesn't come back for 5 months later.
Yeah.
And I make you miss the sauce. See,
Yeah.
you miss the sauce. I make it the best sauce, and that's my grandmother.
I could really go for your clam sauce though, pretty
Yeah,
soon,
I
if
could-
you really
yeah.
wanna throw that together.
Well, another thing, people, is what I do is before I leave, I freeze. I told you I freeze my vegetables and all that, but I do a lot. So I fill Anthony's freezer up too, tell him. And I also freeze our other son, Christopher's freezer up. And what I do is I make soups, fresh soups, I make
Everything, pot sauce
and
filling
all kinds of vegetables,
frozen vegetables.
everything, and I fill up their freezers before I leave. That's what I do. I fill my own freezer, I fill their freezer, and then I say, okay, ciao.
I gotta go.
See ya. I go, see ya.
See ya.
And then I say, you know what, boys? If you want to come and see us, come and see us. You know, I will pick you up at the airport, whatever. You know, and a couple of times
Yeah, we
you
have.
did,
Yeah.
Christopher did, and Joey did.
Yeah.
You all come and see us, you know. And I like that too. That's a good thing. And I want you on vacation. You know, I encourage you to travel. I always have. Especially you. I've always said, go. I'm going to go because I want you to see things and do things and, you know, have those same experiences that I'm having. But do it younger, you know.
Well, one
Enjoy.
thing I didn't slack in life was traveling.
No, you've been all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Thanks.
I like that.
We've been.
And it's nice because you keep in touch with me and you tell me, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Or if you on the road, you know, and you're with bands and stuff, and I'm standing. I like that one about you standing next to, what's that one?
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. No, it wasn't Paul McCartney. It was one that Rolling Stones.
Rolling
What's
Stones.
his name?
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger. Mom, I'm standing next to Mick Jagger. And I'm going, oh my God, he's standing next to Mick Jagger. Yeah, he's an old fuck, Ma. And I go, he's an old fuck. And I'm laughing because you're standing next to Mick Jagger calling him an old fuck. All right? That's funny. It's not nice, but it's funny. I mean, you know, you do this shit to me all the time. You know, or after, when you get to the hotel, you tell me, you know, who you saw, who's good, who's not good. And of course, you know, my favorite band is Chicago.
Yeah.
And you have blessed me 3 times to see Chicago. And Stacy. Thank you, Stacy.
Shout out Stacy. We love you, Stace.
Love you, Stacy. You know, that meant a lot to me. It means a lot to me when you let me see certain things, you know, bands and stuff like that. I enjoy myself. But I love Chicago.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the time at the state fair where we had left after the Chicago show. We had taken off, and I'm on the phone like, hey, what are you doing? You're like, I'm on the bus. I'm Chicago's bus. I'm, get your ass off that bus right now. You don't know what goes on in that bus. I know what goes on in that bus. You get your ass off that bus right now. You're like, Anthony, nothing's going on. Get your ass off that bus. I know what happens on that bus.
And, you know,
yelling at you.
sometimes what happens
I
is,
turned into the parent in that situation.
yeah. Sometimes you do that to me, you know, and you know, you'll say, oh, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't say that, and I laugh at you. You know, oh, okay, I won't, and then I just, yeah, okay. All right. I blow you off. Just like you used to blow me off, I blow you off.
Don't go on no rock band buses, mother.
I won't.
All right.
Yeah, I know better, you know. And, you know, wear your shirts nice, you know, don't show boobs, you know.
I don't.
And I never did. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Wear your raincoats.
You know.
That was my other joke with Grandma was wear your raincoats. Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Wear your raincoats.
I mean, she said things to you that she never said to us kids. She never said that stuff to us, you know. She never, but she used to say that stuff to you. She had other grandchildren too, but you lived upstairs, so she was very closer to you. She loved all her grandchildren,
Absolutely.
but you were her 6th kid. That's, you know, that's what we used to tease her and say, your 6th kid, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, people should know that my mother and I are 17 years apart.
Yeah.
And people growing up, when I was growing up, used to think we're brother and sister.
Yes.
That used to piss me off. And then my friends used to want to hook up with my mother. And then nothing pissed me off more than that.
Yeah.
I wanted to beat some ass. But that used to happen a lot. And like, oh my God, this is your brother? This is your sister? No, it's my mother.
Yeah.
It happened my whole life. It happened.
Yeah. And I wasn't a fan of it either. You know, I really wasn't a fan of that. I used to say, that's my kid, that's my son. You know, I didn't like that. You know, sure, they were trying to compliment me. You know, oh, you look so young and you look so good and stuff. And, you know, you're this, you're that. No, see, he comes first. You know, he's my kid. And thank you for the compliments, but no thanks. We were 17 years apart, you know, and we were close in age, and I always looked young for my age. I always did. You know, if you see some of the pictures, you see that I was always small and looked like a little kid. But, yeah, a lot of times they say, you know, when'd you have them? When you were 10? You know, I used to get that kind of shit, too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we used to hear that a lot.
Yeah.
It used to aggravate the shit out of me. But Joe Town wants to know if you can adopt her.
Who?
Joanna Townsend. She wants to know.
Joanna.
Yeah.
You know, Joanna, I'm going to tell you, girl. You got to come to Utica.
She's coming, actually. She messaged me, and I think she's coming soon. I don't know.
All right, we got to get together and get you some pastries.
Yeah.
Because you really want them pastries at Caruso. We need to get together, and we'll go have some pastries, or we come over here and we'll have some pastries.
There you go.
All right, Joanna?
And Joanna, I like your avatar that you got going on. She's rocking a Disruption Network in her picture.
Oh, that's
Disruption
great,
Network
Joanna.
Hoodie, kind of the same one you got.
That's nice.
Yeah, so thank you for the support.
I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, share.
Share, and share. Well, Ma, thanks for the blessed life that I live. It's all because of you, and thank you. I love you. This has been an amazing ride, and I can't wait to see what else we got in store for the future.
Whoa.
We can throw another party at the house.
Let's just keep me moving, okay? Yeah. It's very important that we keep me moving.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's just concentrate on keeping me moving and going, so I can just, you know, keep going.
Keep going.
But I appreciate everybody, you know, saying the kind things that they said, and you know, thank you for watching the D. I appreciate that too.
Me too.
And keep sharing. That's really important to do that. And the Louie Show, continue watching the Louie Show. They're the greatest guys ever. Finish watching the Nappy Show.
Listen. They got to listen. They can't watch it. It's a podcast.
Well, listen to the Nappy Show, okay? Listen to it, because it's really good. It's really, really interesting, especially if you're, you know, Italian and you live in Utica. You guys got to listen to it.
You're like this one, and Gabe's on right now, and he's saying hi to you.
Hi,
but
Gabe.
Him and I, we drove to Pittsburgh together, and on the way back, we were laughing. We were like, you know, for two guys who wanted nothing to do with the Italian thing growing up, because I never did. You know, the whole issue, I was never into the...
you were never into the Guido.
I was
you were
never
never into the gold chains.
All I wanted to do was rock and roll. I wanted nothing to do with the whole East Utica vibe, and that wasn't me.
This is true.
That wasn't me. I wasn't into the Italian thing. I stayed away from it as much as possible. And Gabe too, growing up, him too, as well. And Gabe was like, wow, for two guys who wanted nothing to do with this whole Italian thing, we sure got ourselves wrapped up on both sides of the world. You got the comedy side with the Louie guys, and then you got the mafia side with the Nappy thing going on. It's like, you're really wrapped up in the Italian thing now. Like, I guess I am. Don't get me wrong. I love my Italian heritage, and I appreciate it more and more as I get older. But growing up, I never wanted to be a part of any of that. I thought it was all fake. Everybody was like wannabe gangsters here in East Utica and the gold chain wearing silk shirt. I thought it was nothing but bullshit. I wanted to stay far away from it as possible, and I did. And then on the road playing music with the band and doing all that stuff that I did throughout the years and stuff, and working in radio, I stayed right away from that. But somehow they sucked me in.
Well, you know what?
But I love it. I love it. I want to say I love it.
They didn't suck you up. They woke you up.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it. Good call.
It is.
I like that. I'll go with that. I'm woke now? You're saying I'm woke?
I'm awoken.
I'm a woken wook.
I'm a woken wook.
Shout out to our dog Wookie, too.
Oh, yeah, she's a good girl. And another thing, those pictures that I post of that girl, Wookie, I love that girl. I want to tell you, shout out to Wookie. She travels with us, and she's been traveling with us for 10 years. That little girl, you know, it's not easy for an animal to go on the road like I do.
Right.
Like we do. Because we're all over like horseshit. And that little girl puts up with a lot of stuff. She really does. I mean, being in a car for 12 hours, 10 hours, here, there, everywhere, being in the desert one minute, next day she wakes up and she's in the ocean, and then the next day she wakes up and she's on white sand. I mean, the girl's all over the place, It's just got to be a little confusing for her.
Yeah.
You say she's a dog. No, she ain't a dog. She's more human than she is a dog because I raised her to be human.
Yeah, hilarious. We got to tell the story. That's the best $20 I ever spent was that dog. When I had the bar. Okay, so let's preface this by saying Joe was on the phone with me like, hey, I got to drop off some mail. He was working late nights then. He was working for National Grid at the time, and he was a lineman, but he was doing the overnight shift. Yeah. I had the bar at the time. He's like, I got some mail I got to drop off to you. Are you going to be at the bar? Are you closing anytime soon? No, I'm going to be here, so just stop by. But, Joe, I'd like to talk to you about something. What's that? He says, this grandma had passed away at the time. It was a couple of weeks after Grandma passed, or a month after Grandma passed.
It was a little bit more.
All right, maybe it was a little bit more. No, Grandma passed in November. This is December. It was a month ago. It was a month after. So I was like, Joe, I'd really like to get Mom a dog. And at the time, he was like against it, kind of. He's like, well, we travel a lot, and you're going to have to watch her when we go away. And, he did the stern dad thing, like, yeah, like you're gonna have to. I'm like, well, let's get Mom a dog. I think it would be good. You were a little down in the dumps, and it was a bad time for all of us, right? And it was a bad time for me at that time too. I lost my grandmother, I lost Mike Houck and Scotty Palooza all within like a month. It was like, and I was in a bad state of depression at the time too. So we go, and Joe was like, well, he agrees to it. He agreed to it, but I got to drop off some mail to you. I says, okay, no problem, right? So as he pulls up to the bar, and I'm starting to close up a little bit, wiping down the bar and whatnot, this crackhead walks out of Nail Creek holding Wookie it was baby Wookie at the time, right? And walks up to Joe and goes, hey, I hear you're looking for a dog. So Joe comes walking into the bar with this crackhead and Wookie, and says, you set me up, right? And I'm like, I never seen this guy before in my life. I'm like, you think I'm friends with a crackhead? He's trying to sell this dog off to probably get another fix or something. You set me up, Joe's breaking my ball. I'm like, I didn't set you up. I've never seen this guy before in my life. I promise you. I've never seen this guy before in my life. And the guy's like, well, you guys want to buy this dog? I'm like, yeah, sure. How much? He goes, I'll take whatever. I'm like, here, it's $20. So I gave the guy $20. He gave me Wookie. And it was the best $20 I have ever spent in my life.
And she was a purebred Pomeranian. And we know purebreds go for more than $20. And she's a blessing. She was a blessing. It was like a gift from God because he didn't set Joe up. They just got done talking about it in the afternoon.
It was just...
And then next you know, this little puppy, it shows up, it appears. And this crackhead, let's get real here. He wasn't going to feed the dog.
Right.
All right? So it was the middle of the winter, and tell him what the dog was doing when you saw the dog.
Oh, it was shaking. It was bad. We didn't know. Put it on top of the bar and started peeing all over the place and stuff. And I had my friend Jamie come down to take a look because she was, she worked at the veterinarians at the time.
This is 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Then she'd come look at the dog and say, yeah, it's fine, whatever. And the dog stayed with me that night. Right. And then I called you the next day. I'm like, hey, you got to come to my house. I got an issue. I can't remember how I got you to the house.
That's how you said it. You said, I got an issue. I need to talk to you. And I said, oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
Here we go.
So Joe
Not again.
And then Joe, the ball breaker that he is, says, where are you going? Yeah, I just got to go down and talk to Anthony about something, So, and here Joe knows everything that went on. They didn't tell me. You guys didn't tell me. So I come to your house. I knock on the door. You open the door. I walk in the door. All of a sudden, this little baby comes running up to me, and I'm like in total shock. And I'm going, where the hell did you get this? And you told me the story, and I said, you're kidding me. So, of course, it was young too. You gotta understand, everybody. It was taken from its mother, and it wasn't ready to.
Yeah, we don't even know how old Wookie really is.
No, I don't even know her birthday. Right. I just made one up one day. I said, October 19th. Yeah, Wookie, your birthday's October 19th, okay, honey? All right. So.
But it was a gift from the universe.
It was a big gift from the universe for me. And it was really wonderful. And she's been a blessing ever since. And I love that girl. I just love that girl. She's brought so much love and joy into my life, you know. And she's just everything to me. She does everything too. Also, guys, remember something. She four-wheels.
She four-wheels.
She goes in boats.
Yeah, she goes in the pond.
Kayaks. She goes in the pond. She swims. All right.
She's not your average Pomeranian.
She's not your average. I brought her up to be more human than dog. She sits around campfires. She listens to music. You know, she loves the campfires when people are all surrounded. She's the only dog every time. And if I didn't bring her, people would say, "Where's Wookie? Where's Wookie? Wookie?" You know, so I bring her to everything, every event.
Gabe's saying Wookie's a Libra. You made her a Libra.
A Libra?
Yeah, is that her birthday? Is that the?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know.
October
It's a Libra,
19th?
but
Well, October. Yeah, that's
October 19th. Yeah, yeah. I guess she is a Libra.
You made her a Libra.
She's a Libra. You know, and it's funny. You know, yeah. I just said, you know, that sounds pretty good. October. Well, listen. I wasn't going to keep her. What I was going to do is I was going to wait a whole month. Because if she was stolen from somebody, I couldn't very well keep her,
right.
Especially if somebody came and said, that was my dog. So I had said to Joe, I said, I'm going to give it a month, Joe. If somebody doesn't claim her in a month, she's mine, you know. So the next day I took her to the vet, and I walked in the door, and I put her on the table, and the vet says, oh, she's a cute Pomeranian. I said, oh, she is? And he goes, yeah, okay, she's a Pomeranian. Okay. So he says, where'd you get her? I said, a crackhead. He said,
got her on Varick Street.
He goes, no, what? I said, I got her from a crackhead. I mean, so you want to know where I got her from? Got her from a crackhead. He said, okay, let me check her out. I'll make sure she's okay. I said, please do. Make sure she's okay, because I don't know what they did with her. So he checked her out. He goes, you know, she's in really good shape. I go, how old is she? She said, maybe she's 6 weeks, you know, maybe. I said, all right. I said, okay. So he said, she's a cute dog. I said, yeah, she is. She's really cute. So I took her home and stuff, and I said, you remember what I told you about the month? I'll give somebody a month, you know, and I'll give her back. Nah, she's mine. I love her.
Yep.
I just love her. I hit her one night, and I just fell in love with her.
Love at first sight.
Yeah, it was love. It was Wookie love at first sight. Now, you know, tell them how I got the name Wookie.
Well, that's because of me. Because she looks like she could be related to Chewbacca from Star Wars. And it's not because of a hippie reference, because I know a lot of the hippies are out there thinking Wookiees, they associate Wookiees with hippies. And that's not it. It just so happens that...
Well, you picked her up, and Joe said, I said to Joe...
He looks like a little Wookiee.
I said to Joe, what did Anthony do when he saw Wookie? He goes, well, he picked her up, he held her up in the air, and he said, Wookie, Wookie, Wookie.
She did look like a Wookiee.
And I said, that's what he said? And Joe says, yeah. I said, her name's Wookie Z.
And that's her name. Wookie Z Ming.
Wookie Z Ming. I love her.
Me too. Well, Mother, I love you. And
Well,
thank you
I
for
love
coming
you
to
too,
hang out
Anthony.
today. And this is cool. And I'm glad we can do this and shoot the shit a little bit. But
Well, I'm
actually,
glad-
I have to pee really bad.
Oh,
I'm holding it. And you don't
then
want
you
me to
better
pee right
get your ass in there.
Yeah.
We don't want any accidents. But it was good to see you. I was good to come down here. I'm really happy I did. And
We'll do this again.
thank you everybody for showing up. And
We'll do this again.
yeah, well, let's do it again. And
got more stories to
maybe someday
document.
I can meet up with the Louis and give them a little hell.
Give him a scaff.
Yeah, why not?
That would be interesting. I don't think anybody would be able to get in word in edgewise. It's bad enough they talk over each other all the time. But
Yeah.
imagine if you're in the mix.
It's going to be bad.
Oh, it's going to be loud.
Well, because we do this. It's
gonna be loud.
We got to be away from each other because we'll probably end up hitting each other with our hands.
Right. Well, I was going to say that. Do you think if you tied your hands together that you would be able to talk?
I can't talk if I tie my hands. If I tie my hands, I can't talk.
Thank you, Joanne.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, Joanne. She's saying your mom is the best, and she is the best. I agree
love
with
yous
you.
all.
So thank you so much, and also thank you.
Peace.
Thank you to my sponsors: EJA Moving Services, Attorney Dave Longaretta, Utica Coffee. Thank you to Frank and Heather, and shout out to Heather and her awesome family over there, and Saranac Brewery and Joey's at 307. You guys do yourself a favor, go stop and see my good friend Matt Grabsky. Get yourself a great meal over at Joey's at 307. Tomorrow's guest, I got JoJo from Tiny's. JoJo Gerace is coming in.
Oh, she's a nice lady.
I can't wait to talk to her.
I like her.
Think about the stuff that she did. She owned the Blue Sox at one time.
Yes, I know
She used
that.
to own the Blue Sox. Like she has an amazing career, and also she's cousins with my good friend Vinny Amico from Mo.
Oh,
so
yeah?
I'm sure we'll
I didn't know that.
throw a couple digs at him tomorrow. And but I'm really excited to talk.
She's
to
a
JoJo
nice
tomorrow.
lady.
Yeah.
And she's a very giving woman.
Yeah, she is
Very giving.
and she is a Utica legend. And she had told me because she's got a thing coming up this weekend. She's like, "See, we're sold out for our event, but would you still like me to come?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want you to come. You're like Utica history, baby. You gotta come out. We gotta document your story." She's like, "Oh, okay, great." So I'm super excited that JoJo's coming in tomorrow.
She's a nice lady.
Her and I once went to Saratoga Racetrack together.
I didn't know that.
Me, her, and Boonville. The three of us. Imagine that. Yeah, the three of us went to Saratoga. Well, we lost her. She just went off, and me and Aaron went right to the bar like we always used to. But yeah, it was a fun
She
time.
liked to play the horses?
Yeah, she liked to play the horses too. So D Wheat saying hello to you, Mom.
Who?
D Wheat. Dylan.
Hey,
she's
how
saying
are
hello
you,
to
buddy?
So, okay, thank you so much to the sponsors. Thank you to everybody checking this out. If you are watching on Facebook, click the share button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later.